Hey guys, Andrew here, today with a somewhat different video. A discussion on the topic of game balance and when does it become unhealthy for the meta. The reason why I'm making this video, in which many of you who play DMPlays might already guess, Diamondia is completely destroying the meta at the moment. For our TCG viewers, Diamondia was actually a TCG card that was a 3-mana Snow Fairy evolution. Whenever you put this creature in the battle zone, turn all Snow Fairies from your graveyard and also your mana zone to your hand. Quite a unique effect, but nevertheless not good enough to build a deck around. Now in DMPlays, she received quite the buff. Now not only do you return all your Snow Fairies from your graveyard and mana zone to your hand, but additionally for each Snow Fairy returned to your hand in this way, you put the same number of cards from the top of your deck into your mana zone. Now this results in some crazy turns, which hopefully a few of the clips in the background will show you, where you return 5 to 6 cards from the mana zone to your hand, gain 5 to 6 untapped mana, which allows you to summon all those Snow Fairies that you've just returned, given the low cost of these Snow Fairies. This creates huge swing turns, and there's almost no way for your opponent to react. Now bottom line is, we all know that cards like Diamondia or Bombazar in the TCG were overpowered. But just at what point does it become unhealthy for the meta? Remember, this is my take on things, so please do feel free to comment your thoughts below. The cards like Bombazar or Diamondia go wrong isn't necessarily the type of effect, but rather the overtuning of an effect that results in a lack of counterplay. Take TCG Bombazar for example. What makes him so unhealthy for the meta is that he can essentially win you the game just by himself, being able to break 4 shields over the 2 turns. And when you do have a card like that, people will now build a deck specifically to rush him out at the earliest time possible with cards like Soul Swap. This creates a situation where your opponent is really going to struggle to react to the situation if he doesn't specifically build a deck to deal with the threat. And this also simplifies the game state into either Bombazar decks or decks that are built to beat Bombazar. And here is where I believe the crux of the problem is. When a card or deck becomes so powerful that the whole meta shifts to deal with that one deck. And also that's when the game starts becoming quite linear and not all that fun to play. Well, at least in my opinion. And the same goes for Diamondia at the moment. Diamondia creates these scenarios where it becomes almost impossible for your opponent to deal with. It's board states where you shouldn't really be able to achieve until late game. It comes out as early as turn 3 or 4. But there is good news. Looks like the DMPlays balance team are quite onto it, with promptly releasing a tweet that they're looking into the problem only 2 days after release, and as of 1st of May, they actually nerfed the card, now only targeting Snow Fairies in your mana zone and no longer from your graveyard, which greatly restricts its power, but also does it in a way that doesn't completely destroy the card, as I still think the card is definitely playable. Just doesn't produce this huge swing turns as I mentioned before. Anyway, just a little diversion from the usual DMPlays videos, but I hope this little discussion prompted you to think about just what makes a good meta, and also the balance between these really cool and exciting card effects versus playability, or more so overplayability. We'll be back with more deck profiles with a new set, stay tuned. But otherwise, this is Andrew, you're watching The Gauntlet.